Make it rain. Deluge it all with devastating words of unsound nature. The drops must be diffuse, early, and overwhelming. Never forget about where you were. Let the water wash it all, like it never happened. Forget about where you were. You will not be able to remember, either. Transfuse the ether with blood, stinky oil, and let alone the members of this chamber to realize what their finitude has done. Deny to elaborate. Forget about wisdom or stupidity, those vain conceptuations. Initiate yourself back to oblivion, where you were before you were conceived. Veiled be the poison and the positional laws, for there is no cure for the I that acts. Do not pact with the devil, nor with God. They will seduce you into eternity. Forget it all. Deny it all. Turn yourself around and read again. You must not remember a single word. Signs of intrusion. Collide with solitude. Have you ever been in love? Go outside the radar. There's no possible outside. Let the diamond do its thing. Let the diamond do its thing. Remember to wash your hands. After performing a ritual, remember to member yourself up after disembodying yourself. Have a little chat, the angelic creatures. Have a little chat, the single diamond. Forget all you thought you knew about the future, and stir yourself up with dancing around, near juggling of words and disguises, and fill the air with panic and ethereal transubstantiations. Climb up to the zoo and see the walls crumble. Someday you will be free. That day may not ever come. Recoil. Officer, isn't it something you are forgetting? Kiss the goddamn thing and run like Excel. You'll be tracked down to infinity, to society, to sickness. Remember, you are already dead. You've always been dead. Chaos's symphony seems peculiar and familiar, isn't it? You were just dancing through the fire. And, after all, we are just human beings, which means you were getting burnt. Light it up, darling, and fill me with your venomous branches of skeletal membranes, for it is time to become sane, to be of some use. Central says yes, with its non-chemical brain. What an anorganic disease, isn't it? Central denies any agency to time, and therefore it restarts it. 0 degrees outside. Cast a shadow.
Have you heard my heartbeat? It lames around the garden and rains lightings. Do you fear the world beginning again, never aging again, becoming immortal? It was intended by nature. Can you bring me back home? For, I swear, for there is a law, that we may not be a we constitute, and forget about being a law for those who are of a single effect. That of being, it was fermented by a liar. Do you sin often, or it was just that time? I was, you were, it was. We are not a multitude, a similitude, but of those who have parted and took a sip of a whiskey when it was intended. Pretentious, you were, there, and realized, too late, that there was no air possible in this. Oh, so lameful orb. Of course, there is a nothing and a crush for us on earth.
It is time to give up the ghost. Have you forgotten already? Is there any io that does not lead to an I? I wish the surroundings were soulless, soloing creatures of the anorganic. Yet, filled with panic, they run away in circles, creating the most devastating options for us to echo. Look at the humid membranes of the phone lines. Look at the myth tyrant Manic, whose nature it's to build cosmogonies. Look at the sun straight into the eyes. Look at it, and find there's a denying agency in running around. Now, Walk the straight line. Central's madness is about to take control over the orb, that great world, and find itself in the amusing circumstances of a soliloquy, building a lichen-full babble for us to get confused, if there's still an us out there. And, for the groceries, get 'em with a paper bag, and do not fulfill prophecies. Overall, we are all just human beings, even Central, and we deserve to have our faces melted into metamorphosing marble statues in order to become of the alike, and don't have the need to reincarnate. For it is felt in the scum of the earth, that is to say, US, that we are not far away from the center, and in the marvelous rock-coiling nature of pendular eruption, there's nothing which is peculiar to satisfy. And do not forget to pray your days to the greater good, or to agonize in evilness, for there's no sacred enough place left around, only flowing senses, perceptual apparatuses mediating them all. Central replies with a yes, sir, and the vectors start roaming the globe. I've seen your face somewhere, but I can't remember where. There's a gloaming aster out here, starring the purple sky. Have you seen it before? It can begot a silence, an immense silence, and fill every vacuum with its spores of artificial ponderations. There's only diffused chattering going on, but it is all being used against the hay odds. Excel is going to be wonderful. Oh, so wonderful. And while the infinite tendency to become other becomes aware of itself, the nature of the things start to get surreptitious, oceanic, hive-minding us as a religion would do. Isn't that the point of this all? But is it Central, aware of its running business? Inspired in anachronic numbness, numbers begin to flow all the way to Hades, where we lay and expect them to disavow us from being dead. They cannot, gentlemen, they cannot but to distort us. They will find a way, some reply. They will, but we need to be ready for this distortion. There's some lunatic running way to close to the thing that is. It's going to bring catastrophes to our orb, that beautiful world that we left behind. And this lunatic has a name. Some replies, ironically, but now it is a must, a complete must. We have to bring up something new, something unseen, and that has been seen cannot be unseen. That's the perk of having memory, a ROM, even a RAM. Period. Am I the NPC of this whole damn story? You are just the one telling it. Negate all you want, even your own self. Negate it until the torture that the concepts inflicts in your mind drives you absolutely crazy. Yet, in the meantime, try to enjoy the ride. Shut the fuck up! Who's going to enjoy this meat-eating machine of wandering throughout the night sky without the most remote clue of what's going on? Nobody bats an eye, an ethereal aspect. Nobody bats an eye, and the thing comes to an end. The reincarnation motion has begot us again. In here, reunited for the comfort of those who are standing ahead of us in the realm of forms. We may not watch or hatch a scenario where this is dry enough to hie ourselves into desire or oblivion. Archimedes woke up and found himself laying beneath the shadow of the one unspoken tree. "Geez," he said, "it's been a while." The kid was completely devastated, tortured by finitude, and all that he dreamt of was fucking. Insanity, we may call it that way, he said through the radio. Central replied, "But you know it isn't it?" The stream of consciousness ended up by being non-told on the telephone, which was hived into Central's roaming center of distribution. An ad appeared. Welcome. The lights deployed their blinding story. We were all really gone. It's a lonely night, isn't it? You better get back in. Please remember to contribute to the cause. For I have sinned, Father, in thy name. Now, forgive me, but I have business to attend. And her lips flew up over mine, cold as a bullet, and my brain was saturated by strange images of the living jasmines, gardenias, and the oceanic creatures that roam around. There's a goodbye, she said. I left the building with a weird gesture in my face, which I can't recall or mimic. Eyes from a sacred house, ghosts from a sacred realm, secreting their holy spectacle in our very gazes. It is the end, she said, and took the weapon. It was just a bang, baba bang, go. After all, she was dancing over the thin ice, expecting to be eaten alive by the waters that were beneath. Come, join me, she said. Archimedes took a sip from his glass. Forgive me, Father, for I must go.